Hello, how are you? It is Sue here from The Spiritual Alchemist. Let's get some cards out for today and see what comes. I've got the round Rider-Waite out today. They are the original Rider-Waite, just a circular edition. They are quite funky to use. I like doing like a pyramid kind of reading with them. Oops, a couple out already, beautiful. We'll keep those ones, they're nice ones. Not that you ever throw cards back, but it's nice when something nice comes out rather than something heavy, because when that heavy card comes out, it's just like, oh, here we go, what else is happening? So we do have the Star card that is out, which is all your dreams and wishes. It is, you know, finding your balance emotionally and stuff as well. It can be a beautiful spiritual card for just showing you new spirit guides have come through for you or are working with you closely to get you moving forward. So we'll see what else comes out. I've got the World coming out as well. Oh, I've got big cards out today. Okay, let's have a look. We've got a card for childhood memories as well, you know, the good, the bad and the ugly. So if you've been doing a little bit of healing work, a little bit of processing your emotional body, just, you know, going back to any childhood trauma, any childhood sort of, just anything that you went through in your childhood. If you've been working hard on that and doing healing around it, it is very, very positive cards around it. Is showing it is for your spiritual growth, and it is showing that you are forging a new path forward, which is really, really beautiful. And I really want you to know that Spirit's got your back on that, because again, at the beginning I've spoken about Spirit Guide that's coming in and working with you. So very much, you know, you're on the right path. And I will, you know, we'll say it has been quite difficult, feeling like you've taken 2 steps forward and 3 steps back. Your spiritual journey, you know, can be very, very subtle, and it can be like a bloody steam train as well. So, you know, even sometimes when you think, oh, I'm not getting anywhere, you're actually making big progress. It's when the steam train comes in that it shows that you've not been paying attention. So, you know, allow those beautiful moments to, you know, where you don't feel like you're getting any progress happening. Oh, geez, got a card rolling around. That's the trouble, they're rolly ones. They roly-poly around the place. But yeah, you know, like if you just feel like you're ticking away, you're just kind of going through the motions, that is showing that you're actually progressing. It's when, you know, that slap from the side comes in that gets your attention, that shows me you're a little bit off track. So, you know, if it's slow and steady, that's a good thing, okay? Another one that's come up upside down, or not upside down, but flicked around in the pack, so I pay attention to those. All right, beautiful. Really big spiritual cards out, massive spiritual cards. Beautiful. All right, let's have a little look. We've got quite significant amount of major arcana cards, so it shows that you're going through quite a big shift emotionally, mentally, physically. It's all kind of happening within you at the moment, and that can be exhausting. So there will be pockets of time where you feel tired, run down, emotionally, mentally, it's all there. And feeling a little bit isolated as well, like you're doing it all on your own, or that you're changing and nobody else is. You know, your spiritual journey is your journey. It's not to do with anybody else. And when you do change, some people can't change with you, you know, and it really highlights that. So just know that they are doing the best that they can, and there is nothing that you can do to change that, you know. Like we all run our own little race, and there's no competition. So if you're looking at someone going, why aren't you, you know, stepping up? It's not about them, it's about you. What do you need to change within you to actually drop that whole control sort of side of you? So, you know, allowing yourself to be really accountable of where you're at. And, you know, that can be hard. We've got beautiful, significant celebration cards within the deck too. So there may be news for you that is really positive, you know, to do with family, to do with just anything, you know, like I have a family card in here, I have a pregnancy card in here, you know, with the Empress. So it could be that you hear news of someone within your circle or within your ripple of community that has, you know, fallen pregnant, or you know, it's been something they've been trying for and it's actually happening, which is a beautiful thing. But there's also that beautiful family card showing that, you know, there's good news within the family, which is a really lovely thing to do, you know, to have as well, because there's so much going on in the, you know, in the outside world, that if you can sit in the joy and happiness of your own family or your own friendships, that's the best thing you can do. I want to encourage you to you know, set a date to catch up with some friends or family, you know, set a date to go for dinner or go to the movies or do something a bit spontaneous, because it just feels like it's been a little bit lacking, where you've just felt like you've just been in your own little world. Push out there and ask. It might not be for you, it might be for them. You know, they might be feeling a little bit quiet or run down or isolated or whatever that may be. You know that it's the right time to reach out, which is, you know, it is really lovely. There's significant feelings of emotion, overwhelming emotion, excuse me, please. Again, my nose gets runny when I work with spirit. There's a little bit of emotional stuff in here that sort of makes me feel a little bit emotionally overwhelmed when I'm connecting to that. And, you know, if this is you, well, it's okay. Allow those emotions out. Don't bottle them up. If you need to speak or talk or just have a cry, do it. You know, watch a movie to prompt that sadness to come out, because I can feel it sort of dwelling within, and it's sort of, I don't know, it's just there's a vulnerability in there, and I just would love you to get it out so that you can release it. And then it's like peeling a layer, take that layer off, and then allow yourself to move forward, okay? Very much, if you're looking at doing any kind of study or anything that will enlighten or enrich your life, 100% today is the day to just go and grab it, you know. Whatever you're thinking about, whether it be some sort of spiritual learning or some, you know, just something that you've wanted to do for some time, whether it be going back to uni or going and doing something online, or, you know, just go for it. It will be very, very beneficial to you within your workspace or within your life. You know, it'll allow major change to happen, okay? Because I just feel like, you know, you do have the ability. Don't talk yourself out of that. Don't beat yourself down and say you can't, because you actually can. I know that you have the ability to do and learn whatever you want to do. And when it's got passion and purpose stuck with it, you won't get it wrong. Okay. I want to touch on travel. We've got very positive travel cards in here. We do have big long haul travel sitting in the spread, and that can be, especially, you know, with what's going on in the world at the moment, can be a little bit unpredictable. I do know that we've got very big financial cards sitting next to it. So I do know that if you're changing your mind or want to reschedule or just want to cancel, you know, I know financially it will be okay. You will be reimbursed. You will be... It's just a card moving forward. It will be okay. I actually feel like there's reschedule rather than just cancel altogether. It's putting it on pause for a little moment and then getting into the swing of things when everything settles down. I don't feel like what is going on in the world is going to be a long-term thing. I do feel like it will settle within this year. Yeah, it's in an icky place. and it is what it is. I know that it will be a little bit slow and drawn out, but I don't see it turning into this big thing that originally was predicted. Anyone sitting in some kind of just feeling a bit stuck, I can feel it. I could just, Spirit's really making me feel like my feet are just, the ball and chain are around my ankles and I cannot move myself forward. It feels like I'm stuck in other people's business or other people's lives, and that can be very, very hard. You know, like, it's not that you don't want to be there, it's just that I feel you are in a place where you have to sort of conform to what's expected rather than have the freedom to do whatever's spontaneous for you. So I really want you to, that's a tough one. Really look after yourself. Put yourself forward. Don't be a people pleaser. Don't say yes when you really want to say no. You have to be true and authentic. Otherwise, this space can really wear you down. And when you get worn down, you get sick. So I really want you to be present in what you need and what you want, and allow that to push forward, okay? I know that is really hard. I just feel like there's responsibility on your shoulders. I feel like, you know, there is... I don't want to call it a burden, but it feels like a burden that you have to actually show up, and you have to, you know, it's expected that you step in, step up. But then I also feel like there's a bit of criticism when you do. So you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. I really want you just to pull back into you and go, okay, I am in this situation. How can I best navigate it, rather than being at the mercy of everybody else? Because you're in that space, and I feel like it's already happened before, in that space you drown and you lose yourself mentally, emotionally and physically. You will get sick if you have not in the past already. It is about claiming your life and how best you can sit within the situation, because it is just a situation. It is something that will pass over time, but I just feel like it's way out of your control, you know, and there's nothing you can do except be in this situation. I can't tell you to, you know, change directions and go the other way, because it is what it is. This feels like it's kind of around you, and it feels like it overwhelms you at times. It leaves you feeling very, very drained. I want you to make sure you are keeping up with your personal cleansing. And when I say that, I'm not talking about going and having a shower. I'm talking about energetic cleansing, using Palo Santo, using sage, using some sort of even a spray that you can spray around your aura, using oils that will protect yourself, using crystals that will protect your energy when you're actually too tired to protect yourself. Burning a little bit of incense in the house does absolutely jack. You know, you need to actively use something. You can do it daily if that keeps you surviving. There are lots of different options out there, and maybe that's a video for another time. But for today, I really want you to be aware. You know, cleanse your energy so that you know that everything else is gone from you and it is just you. And when you sit in your own energy, you can actually push your way forward. So if you're kind of stuck in any situation that you are kind of feel helpless to, but you know that you actually can't get out of or can't move from at the time being, you're just sitting in that space of limbo, you're sitting in that space of patience where there is actually nothing that can happen or nothing that can be done, and it happens. I understand that. Like, we do have free will, we can walk away, but I just feel like there's just responsibility here that it's just not an option to walk away at the moment, you know. It is what it is. It's learning how to navigate it for yourself. So, you know, really pull in all your spiritual tools rather than they're the first things, the toys get thrown out the cot straight away when we sit in any kind of pressure. So, you know, find that 5 minutes to sit and just do a bit of meditation. Find that 5 minutes to just, you know, cleanse your energy. 5 minutes to just go, okay, how can I be better today for me rather than be better for everyone else? Because you can show up for everyone. And you know, go take yourself off for a coffee. If you cannot get out of your home situation or your work situation or life situation, take your coffee outside and sit on the grass and ground yourself and just enjoy that, you know, listening to nature, because that will just keep you in your own energy. It's when all of that feels like it's out of control that it gets very, very hard. And hard is not what we want, okay? So really, really be accountable for where you're sitting within whatever that situation looks like. I know that it will only get better as you grow and change and just shift things subtly that you might not have shifted before. Be strategic in you know, if someone else has the availability to do something, don't step in and take over. Just step back and give them the space to do that, because it gives you freedom around it, and it shows that you are not, you know, you're not people pleasing. I really, really want you to just try the best you can this week to just be really accountable for your actions and where you're at. And, you know, if you need to say no, say no. But you say no with love rather than saying no or being in a space where you've been pushed over the edge and you just explode. So, you know, accountability for you today and this week moving forward, okay? There's so much growth in these cards. So it shows me that within all of the situations that are going on, you have the ability to grow not only personally, but spiritually as well. So, you know, hand on heart, just keep yourself on track, keep yourself checked in, keep yourself accountable to yourself, because you are it. You know, you are it, you are in control of your life, and you have got this, because I know that you are capable, you know. And if you take a step backwards, well, that's fine. Push forward again, you know. It's going to be a beautiful week. We've got beautiful, the colour yellow is all throughout the whole spread, and it's like a beautiful ray of sunshine. So there's warmth, there's happiness, there's joy in moving forward a little bit differently. For those of you in spirit, for those of you who have loved ones in spirit is what I meant to say. I know that the feminine energy is really forward at the moment. So all the mums, the nanas, the great grannies, the aunties, the sisters, the partners that, you know, that were female or feminine, they are all very, very present in front of me at the moment. And I know that they are just wanting to send their love and wanting to let you know that they're around, and that they know that you sense them. They know that you are kind of talking to them. I just feel like they're listening to you. They've just got so much love to give. It's such a beautiful feeling that I'm sitting in right now. They just love you unconditionally, you know, and they just want you to let the past be the past and let's move forward. It's time to move forward is what they're sort of telling me. But it's a big collective of beautiful, beautiful people, loved ones that have passed. It's just beautiful. Yeah, you know, the person that they were when they passed, for some of these beautiful souls, they're not that person now, and that was not a true reflection of who they were in life as well. So if you've lost somebody who you know, may have had dementia or may have just been in a space where they, you know, couldn't talk or couldn't communicate with you, or their personality changed in some way. Anyone that you didn't get to say goodbye to as well is, you know, it's very, very strong. They are here. They are wanting you to know that they are not that person. They are back to how they used to be, how you used to remember them. You know, they are at peace, they are feeling loved, and they want to support you. So, you know, really talk to your loved ones, ask for signs, because they all just kind of dropped little things in the air. They're all different things, you know. So be open to whatever that looks like. It could be anything, you know. Spirit are really clever in that sense. I get 5-cent pieces from my grandma. My dad rings my doorbell. He shuts doors in the house. I've had someone in the house turning lights on and off. It's, you know, feathers, dragonflies, whatever, little birds, anything, you know, rainbows. It's just, they are very, very present around. And I just feel like they know that you are not quite feeling your best, that you have been thinking about them a little bit more than normal, and talking to them a little bit more than normal. So they do know you're there, and they do know that you're talking to them. Just, they are very, very close, sending all their love. They love you dearly. You know, they love you unconditionally, and I know that you feel that from time to time, because I feel like there's an overwhelm of emotion that comes with that as well. But for today, they are sending their love from heaven down to earth to all of us. It's a beautiful thing. If you've got a piece of their clothing or a piece of their jewelry or something, or a photo, get it out, you know, smell it, hug it, just reminisce over it, whatever that looks like. Spend a little bit of time with that, because it will make your soul feel better, and just know that they will be sitting right beside you, right here, you know, holding space with you. Okay, my love? All right, I'm going to leave it there. I wish you a beautiful, beautiful day, and yeah, bring in those loved ones. They are divine. For now, I'll say goodbye. Okay?